What up, YouTube? It's your boy, Regular Dave, coming at you with another video. Actually, I ain't made a video in a while, but I had to come out with a little response to the first quick clip put out by EA Sports for their Fight Night Champions series, man. Watching the video, man, I'm just showing you a little bit of it. I don't even think it's a good shot, but it's really not about the video. You can check it out yourself. But, man, just shows a lack of detail that EA Sports, man, pays attention to, man. How this could come out as the first clip showcasing your gameplay. These are like the first gameplay clips. I'm not sure how that's possible, man. Look at the most minor thing that you would think that they would get right. You know what I mean? The clip is showing the introduction. They got Shane Mosley coming out in a Mexican robe, which has never happened. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but it just kind of brings the question a little further, man. I don't feel like EA Sports has boxing people, like boxing enthusiasts, actually helping in make this game, because the Fight Night series, while I've enjoyed the series, don't get me wrong, it's never felt exactly like boxing as far as presentation wise, mainly, and a lot of the gameplay elements don't quite feel like boxing, but it just rubbed me the wrong way how they get. I don't know if that was an oversight or what, but that's just crazy that could be your first quick clip of the gameplay. In the intro, I don't even know why the first quick clip would be an intro, which has not changed whatsoever at all from Fight Night Round 4, which is just crazy, man. And it's just like, I was just thinking about all the different things that they could do. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. All the different things they could do with the Fight Night series. And it's a lot, because I feel like, I'm not a game developer. I don't make video games for a living. So I'm not going to even fake the funk like I know how easy it is to make a game or whatnot. But it seems like just if you were going to make a sports game, basically, I would think boxing wouldn't be as difficult to make as an NFL game or a basketball game, because it's one-on-one. You feel me? It's not 5-on-5, 11-on-11, where you have all these things that are happening at the same time. It's one-on-one, you know what I mean? And the third person should be in the ring, the referee, which they have this year. But I don't feel like it should be as hard. And since I feel like they probably should be able to focus on a lot of things, a lot of little things that they could throw in a game that would make it like 100,000 times better. I was just sitting at work, man, thinking things straight off the top of my head. I don't even get paid for this. These are things that just randomly popped in my head that are not on the game. You know what I mean? These are off the top of the dome, man. One of the things that frustrated me the most was the way the decision at the end of the fight was handled. Because if you watch boxing, you have to know that this is like a climax, a very important moment. And in Fight Night Round 4, once the bell sounded, they just showed the winner. They said the announcer came on, but the runner was already celebrating by the time he was making an announcement. And if you watch boxing, you know that one of the biggest parts is when the announcer reads off the judges' scorecards. It's like that is a huge part of boxing. That's like one of the most climatic parts of it, especially if it's for a split decision. That's just outrageously climactic, man. If you think about it, like when they say, oh, one judge has it for Mosley, 115, 113. One judge has it for Pacquiao, 114, 112. Then it's like you waiting on that third judge, and it's like, and one judge has it for the new or whoever, however they do it. That's like a huge part in boxing that they just ignored. I mean, I was just like, I figured by this day and time that in a video game, in a boxing video game, would definitely be in there. I got a laundry list of things, really. One of them, how come we can't have in-fight injuries? I mean, it happens all the time in boxing. How many times after a fight did the boxer say, oh, I think I broke my hand in the 4th round, or, you know what I mean? Like, it happens all the time. Like, you could put that in a boxing and make it that much better, man, to have different things and obstacles. Not only are you fighting to do, but you got different obstacles now. And that would make the gameplay a lot better if it happened, you know what I mean? Maybe once out of 20 times, once out of 30 times where something like that goes on, man. How about the cuts? You know what I mean? The cuts in the game already look amazing, man. You already got cuts in the game. They already look amazing, but they don't affect gameplay whatsoever. They're just there for looks. And yeah, I know that the fight could be stopped in the previous versions from the cuts, but I'm actually talking about affecting the gameplay, man. Because when a fighter gets a cut, man, it might be going into his eyes, or he might not just react well to having a cut. Some fighters, man, they get cut, see blood, man, and they've changed their whole fight plan. But I mean, you can replicate it in different ways, man. You can have it where if the guy has a cut on his right eye and you landing on that side of the face, it does more damage, or it's harder to block, harder to get your hands up, or something where you don't see the punches coming, but you could just translate it somehow in the boxing. So they definitely need to do that. They getting a referee this year, but I hope he's not just in there for looks, man, because a referee definitely needs to be a factor because he's a factor in a fight. I mean, it goes without saying. I mean, some negotiations break down over who the referee will be. So they're definitely factors, man. They can have the referee maybe stopping the fight early, man. Guys getting beat up. Some referees let it go on longer than others. They should have real referees, the Cortez and I know the old ones. I don't know all the new ones. I know the Mills Lanes and Mitch Halperns. I think he passed away, and Richard Steele. Mills Lane passed away too. Richard Steele. There's all kind of referees, man. You can get the real ones in the game. I don't know if they have them or not, but my guess is they probably don't. And let them affect the fight, man. Some referees are quicker to stop a fight than another. How about a referee, you having a cut and a referee, calling time and taking you over? This is just pure presentation that you would see in a boxing fight. A referee taking you over to the corner to, check with the fight doctor to see if you can continue. I mean, that's just something presentation that you could just put in the game and it just make it feel like watching boxing. And these are things that you just see, man. You turn on HBO, I watch Friday Night Fights, however you watch your boxing. These are things that you definitely see almost every fight. Like, not every fight, but every at least every telecast, you see a lot of these things. So, yeah, I'm not sure why they can't include this, man. Even in, like your career mode, man. How about have all the different alphabet soup sanctioning bodies? That is beyond huge in boxing right now. That's actually what is partly destroying boxing. But how about having, WBA, WBO, IBF? You don't even have to have the real ones. At least give me fake ones. But, just to show, if you don't want to get the real ones, have fake ones. Make up 3 different letters and throw them in there. But you got to have champions from each one. And then, like, the real champion, which is now regarded as the Ring Magazine champion. To show that there are different champions in the same weight classes. You definitely should throw that in there. The guy I subscribe to, Make You Famous, has been talking nonstop about pay-per-view presentation, man. It's lacking. They have like EA pay-per-view, I think, on the last one. I don't know. You can't really tell because the atmosphere isn't any different. But you have undercards, man. What about all them fights on a pay-per-view where they have an undercard, and then in the middle of the undercard they cut to the training room of the fighter and he's warming up with his guy, with his trainer. That makes it feel like a pay-per-view. The hype is building. You could throw that in there, man. Just small presentational things. What about something you see in literally every boxing telecast? Who's the announcers? Joe Tessitore, Teddy Atlas color, Joe Tessitore's commentary. How about Teddy Atlas keys to victory? Like, how could you not add that in the boxing game, man? If you want to get the presentation game right, because that's literally in every boxing telecast. It's keys to victory. They even have in Friday Night Fights, Teddy Atlas always goes out on location to wherever he's at. I'm not asking for all that. I just want some kind of presentation showing like what each fighter needs to do to win. And keep it relevant, don't gotta be super detailed, but throw that in there, man. How about unintentional headbutts? Excuse me, I think I'm getting sick, but how about unintentional headbutts, man? That's huge in boxing, man. You get a lefty fighting a righty and they got the wrong styles, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And that's huge. Like, it happens all the time. You know what I mean? I'm not even asking like for really complicated things like when a lefty fights a righty, and since their lead foot are both on the same side, they step on each other's foot a lot. I'm not even asking for that. I'm just talking about unintentional headbutts that happen. Like, a ridiculous amount of times, man. You got to throw that in there just to add to the hype, the drama, more gameplay, more strategy. That's what I'm looking for as a fan. You know what I mean? You can throw in, I was thinking they should throw in trainers, the real trainers, man. So they have different attributes like your Freddie Roaches and your Nacho Berensteins and Buddy McGirts and Emmanuel Stewarts and Jack Mosley, and there's so many trainers, man. Everybody got a different trainer, damn near. That one, I can't even remember his name. The one dude that's like always dressed up, he's like super metrosexual. Um, Throw those dudes in the game so it brings some kind of level of strategy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Emmanuel Stewart is like a boxing genius, you know what I mean? So if you have him, he's going to break it down between rounds and tell you what you need to be doing or what the other person's throwing mainly. Just something, all these things I'm thinking of off the dome that these people get paid quite a bit of money to come up with. So they should be able to top anything I could ever think of. Definitely, man. A lot of things could be thrown in this game, man. Hopefully, I'm not gonna bash the game before it comes out, but hopefully EA Sports has thought all this stuff out, man. It's gonna give us that ultimate boxing presentation. But from this first quick clip, I cannot tell that it's gonna turn out that way because they didn't even pay attention to the detail of the fighters coming out, and it's supposed to be showcasing the intro. But I got more videos to come, man. Hopefully, this Fight Night Champion does not disappoint me, but I have a feeling it will. I don't want to be negative, but that's just the way it's looking. They're focusing on a mode that looks like it's just pretty linear, and once you finish with it, you're done. Which sounds cool, but I want a boxing game that's gonna get me through at least a couple years, to the next one. I don't want a story mode that's the end. You know what I mean? And that's what they look like they're focusing on with this mature rating. But I got more videos to come. Stay tuned to Regular Dave's channel.